In business news, the Debt Management Office says the federal government has made adequate budgetary provisions to meet the country's foreign and local debt obligations. The DMO said this in a statement in Abuja. According to the office, Nigeria's debt management practice in accordance with relevant legislation and regulation in compliance with international practices. It says that Nigeria had over the years serviced its external debt, domestic debt promptly, which had made the federal government securities attractive to foreign and local investors, citing the recent successfully priced $2.2 billion Eurobond in the international capital market, which received a subscription of over $9 billion. DMO disclosed that the increased investors' interest in the FGN bonds, the Sukuk bonds, and the FGN securities attest to the country's strict adherence to best practices in debt management. Meanwhile, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, has said the successful issuance of Eurobonds signposts to increase confidence the ongoing efforts of the government to stabilize the Nigerian economy. While the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry says sustained reforms and exchange rate stabilization and enhanced monetary policy coordination are needed to foster growth in 2025. President of the Chambers, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, said this in Lagos through the Chamber's 2024 Economic Review and 2025 Outlook report. He stressed that prioritizing diversification, investing in critical sectors, and policy consistency were essential to achieving the government's medium-term economic recovery objectives. The LCCI boss commended the resilience and tenacity of Nigerian people and our business community in navigating the economic challenges of the past year, while urging the federal government to prioritize some key areas to unlock sustainable economic growth and improve the well-being of Nigerians in 2025. And in the New Year message to the nation, President Bola Tinubu has highlighted economic growth indicators, including lower fuel prices, rising foreign reserves, and a stronger naira as signs of progress in 2024 that would continue in 2025. He also promised to enhance living standards for citizens by announcing the creation of the National Credit Guarantee Company, an initiative aimed at boosting confidence in the financial system, broadening access to credit, stimulating economic growth, and providing support to marginalized groups, including women and youth. Earlier today on our flagship business show, an investment analyst with Chapel Hill, Denham, Nabila Mohammed, commended the present administration's economic policies, stating that it would increase access to credit for individuals and critical sectors of the economy.
For a business to thrive and to contribute in terms of output, to the economy, what we really need is access to credit. And access to credit is one thing. Another thing that we should also consider is the fact that we still have high interest rate environment currently. So for businesses that would want to embark upon capital expenditure projects that are spanning 5-7 years, now is not the time to start locking at such high rates. So before we can really see that access to credit materialize or, change the lives of the underserved, as we put it, and the individuals that would need access to credit in order to improve their businesses and contribute to the output of the economy, we need to have an interest rate environment that is, encouraging to these businesses to borrow from the credit company. But when we see how the modalities of this particular company is put in place and at what rate they will be lending to these sectors and these individuals, we better know how best it will be administered.
Business resumed at the stock market as the first day trades recorded higher prices on securities. Effiong Gekop reports on markets.
The nation's securities market opened its floors for New Year deals in 2025. Late hours transactions put some big cap stocks in green, leading to the index jumping by 0.15%. Financial services stocks supplied by the banks and insurance companies took the attention of investors. Low traders were Nascon, Computer Warehouse Group, Elalex, and Fidelity Bank. Looking back on 2024, the Nigerian market grew profits for investors by 37%. The NGX exchange was underlined as the third most profitable market in global ranking, cornering monetary value of 61 trillion naira in market cap. Fund managers and stockbrokers in the market believe a strong bullish run will roll through the first quarter of the year. Efyong Ekop, TVC News, Lagos.
The global economy entered the new year with geopolitical tensions looming over its prospects. Global trade tensions are on the horizon as the U.S. president-elect threatened to improve sweeping tariffs on U.S. imports. Britain's economy is fluttering while inflationary pressures remain high in some cases. While the largest economies of the Eurozone are engulfed by political turmoil, Beijing is also battling to revive the Chinese economy, while countries in the global south face soaring debt increase payments. An economist, research professor Dr. Andrew Nevin, in a chat with me earlier today, outlined key factors that might dictate economic prospects for the global economy in 2025.
The interest rates are going to have to come down around the world. I mean, if you look at the United Kingdom, for example, or Canada, I mean, you had low rates for a long time, zero interest rate policies. Then we had the inflation, we had the rapid rise of rates, including the United States. And now, the economies are struggling. The UK may be entering recession. I think one of the reasons, in my view, is the Bank of England has been a little bit slow to cut rates. I think in terms of Nigeria, I mean, the Central Bank of Nigeria has had, I think, been very well led over the last period. We've really introduced a lot of stability into the exchange market. I mean, they've had to raise rates because of inflation. But I could certainly see a scenario in the next, in 2025 and beyond, where we start to bring those rates down. And of course, I mean, it's not sustainable to have 30% inflation forever in Nigeria. We need to bring that rate down. But I mean, we've had effectively exchange rate stability for over a year now. That hasn't moved very much on that. And I do see a scenario where the exchange rate starts to improve. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended the year at 1,200, for example.
Crude oil prices nudged higher today on the first trading day of 2025 as investors returning from holidays cautiously eye China's economy and feel demand following a pledge by President Xi Jinping to promote growth. But U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude sells for $72.33 per barrel, with an uptick of 0.85%. Brent experienced an upward price review of 0.83%, selling at $75.26 per barrel. Bonny Light sells for $78.62, with a downward price margin of 2.84%. And for the OPEC basket, crude oil dealers are offering $73.91, with an upsurge of 1.41%.